Hello. Hope you are having a great week. Welcome back to week 3 of our Midlife Glow Up series. Today is going to be fun. I'm excited about today. I've grabbed some things to show you. I'm sure that I have missed something that I have in my notes that I meant to grab, but that's okay. We're going to just go ahead. Today we are chatting all about enhancing our glow and making this our most beautiful era. Actually, just yesterday heard a podcast that I was listening to, and she said that instead of a midlife crisis, the new term is midlife comeback, which I love so much. Not that we're having a crisis, right? But the midlife comeback idea I love so much because finally we're starting to have some space for us, right? Where we used to have more stuff that we were devoted to with our kiddos. Now there's a little bit more time and space. And so that makes it the perfect time for our midlife comeback, which I love. So yes, this season comes with some new things for us to navigate, but it's also such a perfect time to finally put you on the important list of things, right? To rediscover passions, creativity, forgotten dreams, maybe to really live with more intention and joy and alignment with who you are created to be. And we want to feel good in our skin and in our bodies and in the spaces we're spending our time in, right? So if you missed the week 1 and 2 videos, make sure you go back and watch them. They are saved on YouTube. They are saved on my Instagram at The Blooming Carrot. So week 1 really does lay the foundation for all of the following weeks. We dove into creating belief that we absolutely need, that this is going to be our best, most vibrant, healthiest, strongest, most beautiful, most purposeful season yet. And then in week 2, we talked about fueling our glow to be physically healthy, navigate our bodies working differently than they used to, but still showing up to our life strong and vibrant and healthy, right? So today we're talking about enhancing our glow with some of my favorites. So we're going to talk skincare, fashion, creating spaces that we love spending our time in. Because when we feel good in our skin, when our clothes reflect who we are, when our spaces feel peaceful or joyful, we experience life more fully. Think about the difference in how you feel and show up and what you feel like doing when you just get up and you look in the mirror and you are like, yes, girl, today is the day, right? Versus when you get up and you're like, yeah, the skin is like sagging in the places and I'm just going to throw on leggings today, right? Like, how do you feel showing up in life depending on which version we're telling ourselves, right? So think about the care with which God created our world, right? All of the beauty that He crafted in on purpose and infused into our world for us. And we're created in His image. We are meant to look for the beauty, enjoy the miracles, all of the things that He has created and put here for us, right? And we're also meant to create ourselves. So today is about deciding to make your everyday more beautiful, whatever that means to you. So when how we feel matches how we show up, everything flows differently, right? You've probably been there. Our creativity, our relationships, our ability to lead and love well. So creating beauty in our bodies, in our home, in our routines is an act of self-respect. It says, this life matters, I matter, how I feel each day matters, right? So if you don't believe that, go back and watch week 1. And those are some thoughts that you might work on cultivating. And in midlife, especially when so much is shifting, what better time to give a little extra love to ourselves as a gentle reminder that this season is for our confidence and energy and clarity and intention. So I'm going to share some of my favorites before you stress about all the things. I am going to have a PDF coming next week that will have a summary of the 4 weeks, and it will have links to as many things as I can get in there that I've mentioned. So today I'm going to share a lot of my favorites. We're going to talk about how things shift in midlife, some things that I love. And I will be getting you a PDF next week that has the links to all the things. But in the meantime, if there's something that I mentioned and you are like, girl, I need that, send me a link, just shoot me a message, comment below the video, right? And I will get that to you because we love to share the things that we love. So we are going to start off with skincare. This is the time to take good care of our skin, ladies. You may have been, now I've always been a skincare person. I don't know if there's ever been a day in my life when I have come home. I mean, I'm talking college, out late, coming home in the middle of the night. I don't know that there's ever, maybe 2 days my whole entire life that I have not washed my makeup off before I go to bed. So I've always been some type of skincare person, but even if you haven't been and you have been lucky enough to have incredible skin that doesn't require a lot, things are changing. So this is the time to make the investment of the time and the products into our skin, because our skin is such a reflection of how healthy and youthful our body is feeling, right? And when I share all this, I want you to keep in mind, probably 7 or 8 years ago, I had been using Proactive for years and years. Originally, I didn't really need it, but I thought, hey, if, it really does what I see people that truly have acne, then it should help me, just have clearer skin, get rid of the occasional blemishes that I would get. And it did. And I used it for years. And eventually my skin started rebelling, which I think was a combination of the Proactive and the years on it, but also my hormones. I went through a period of time where my cortisol was out of whack. My hormones were totally unbalanced, and there were several unpleasant symptoms that went along with that. One of them was my skin broke out like you would not believe. If you saw me, I was caked in makeup, and it was this area of my skin, and there was literally almost no area of skin that wasn't broken out. My entire chin was broken out, blemished. So when I tell you about the skincare things that I love, I am serious about them. I have slightly sensitive skin, so I do pay attention to what I'm putting on it, but skincare matters to me. And ladies, it matters now more than it has in previous areas of our life. And make sure that you watch the week 2 video if you haven't, because so much of that, staying hydrated, fueling our bodies well, shows up in our skin, right? Okay. So we're going to dive in, have fun. Couple of things I didn't grab that are my absolutely all the time with my skin. Every day I use a vitamin C serum, and every night I use a hyaluronic acid serum. Now, I was previously using Beauty Counter, really loved their products, loved their commitment to clean beauty. They are not selling products right now. They had to close their doors. They say that they're coming back in June. I don't really know. So I didn't grab those products because you cannot order them right now. But I will tell you, it hasn't even come in yet, but I just ordered a pineapple vitamin C skin serum from Uncommon James that I'm hoping will replace my Beauty Counter vitamin C serum. But vitamin C serum is so good for brightening, smoothing out skin tone, helping moisturize. Same with hyaluronic acid, also good for wrinkles. I was also using Beauty Counter there. The one that I have as my backup is a Typology, but those are those two products I think need to be in every midlife woman's skincare routine. Okay. This firming cream also is a game changer. So this is Young Living's Sandalwood Boswellia Firming Cream. It is infused with frankincense essential oil and a bunch of other great all natural clean. I'm going to kind of fly through some of these things because I've got a lot of things that I want to show you today. But I love this stuff. I put this on my neck, on my chest, anywhere that you want to have tighter skin, you don't want to have crepey skin. So this is one of my must-haves. I am a huge fan of eye gels or eye masks, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to show you my favorite 3. Now, this one I've showed a lot. I haven't really shown these other 2. But so great at this time in our life. I'm going to tell you this too. I spent way too many years in the tanning bed. Way too many years in the tanning bed. Oh, Jasmine, yes, you have to try the firming cream. It is so good. So I've shared these before. These are the, I don't know how to say it, Marie. It's M-A-R-E-E, Marine Collagen Eye Gels. They happen to be glittery, which is so cute. They come in different colors. But this is a clean, plant-based product, and it does have hyaluronic acid in it. But this is great for reducing puffiness, moisturizing, and the collagen is one thing we didn't talk about last week, but we probably should have. We lose collagen as we age, and that is what results in our skin feeling a little bit more saggy, more wrinkled, less, sort of like tight and puffy and up where it was supposed to be. So I love that those have collagen in them. This is the Pixie. There's a couple of different, my favorite is the Detoxify. So it's detox, and then the I at the end is I-Y-E, cute, right? These I get at Target. They come with a little scoop that you can grab them out. These are my favorite for puffy eyes. I'm not super prone to dark circles or puffiness, but if I have been up too late, if my allergies are crazy, if I have had too much alcohol, and I wake up and my eyes are puffy, these are my go-to. They are from Target. Okay, you're gonna see with all of these topics, fashion, home, design, skincare, I am a proponent of, I like to grab some things that are inexpensive, that I can mix in, but I'm also willing to pay for the goods that are really going to make a difference. The staples that I'm going to have for a long time, or skincare that really makes a difference. So I have not shared these before. They are a higher price point, but these are the Jillian Dempsey, who is Patrick Dempsey's wife. She's a longtime makeup artist. Hydrating eye masks. They are magical. So I don't have one open, but these, instead of being a gel like a lot of eye masks are, these are almost like a second skin. They're really thin, coated with this amazing hydrating lotion. So you just put them on. They don't slip down. The other ones, the ones that are kind of jelly, they, how they kind of slip down, these stay in place. I will typically wear them for 20 minutes. I try to do, I just threw my collagen ones, but I try to do each of them, the collagen masks and the Jillian Dempsey eye masks, at least twice a week. And then, like I said, the eye puffiness, I only do that as needed. Love all of those. Oh, I meant to grab okay, so I also, one of the things I got for my eyes is the skin ice roller. If you have seen these, I actually really like it. Again, for when I'm feeling puffy, bloated, just my skin feels maybe inflamed. I keep it in my freezer. I meant to grab it out and show you. And then now the one that I have is like a metal roller. You keep it in the freezer. I just grab it out, and in the mornings I roll it underneath my eyes, kind of up my forehead. It is not the kind that you actually fill with water and make your own ice. I didn't want to be actually rubbing like the water on my face. So that's the one that I got, but they do make them where you just fill it with ice. Okay, really quick. Deodorant. If there is one product you are going to swap to go toxin free. Now, I have a lot of other recommendations, right? Especially when it comes to household stuff, but of the things that we put on our body every day, if there's only one thing you are going to swap, I recommend it be deodorant, because standard on the shelf antiperspirants are full of terribly toxic ingredients. We're putting it on an area that is right next to our breast tissue, and the aluminum that's in it not only is bad for our skin, or bad for our body, right? But it actually stops perspiring. Now, I know, ladies, This was one of the last things I swapped years ago because I did not want to sweat. And I had always felt like I kind of sweat a lot. And so how am I going to go to one that's just a deodorant and not an antiperspirant? Well, the sweating is so important. The sweating is how our body gets rid of toxins. When we don't, those get built up, stay in here, and oh, guess what? They're just right by our breasts, right? Which is not good. But what I found was that once I made the switch to a toxin-free deodorant, I did have a little bit of a detox period. But after that, I didn't smell. I don't smell now. I rarely smell myself now versus when I was using, Secret or Degree or whatever for so many years. So my favorite right now, and I have tried a lot of natural deodorants. My favorite is Primally Pure. Now they have a really great smelling vanilla citrus, but it's a little bit more of a cream color. My favorite is the bergamot eucalyptus, and I like it because it's white. So I don't get like a dinginess on my white t-shirts or white tanks because this one is white. So love that. Clean fragrance. I have a whole highlight on my Instagram. If you have not checked out the Wild Notes Clean Fragrance, what a perfect way to feel beautiful and put together and have a signature fragrance at this point in our life, right? And know that it's clean and toxin free. So check out the Wild Notes. I just grabbed this. This is what I recommend grabbing is the Discovery set so that you can try them all, see how you like them, play with them, layer them. And then with the Discovery set, you get a coupon code to apply toward a full-size bottle. So love that. Okay, couple makeup favorites for you. I'm not going to share everything I use. That would be too much, right? But in general, specific to midlife, what we're looking for is things that don't settle in fine lines and wrinkles, right? Things that give us a glow because that signals that we're healthy and we have youthful skin. Things that reflect light, right? Because those are all things that are going to help bring out youthfulness. So a couple of my favorites are Glow Drops. If you do not have some Glow Drops, you got to get yourself some Glow Drops. I have two that I love. One of them is the Typology, and this does have vitamin C. I love Typology because their products, even their makeup type products, have a lot of skincare benefits. So this is their Glow Drops. This I use sort of like winter into early spring. See how pretty that is? When I don't have more color, more of a tan built up. So this is and this one I think really goes with a lot of skin tones well. And then this Tula Bronze Boost. This is the one that I use. It's a little bit darker. These are the ones that I use once I've started to get a little bit of a glow from the sun. It just sort of like brings out that natural sun-kissed look. So those are my two favorites that I alternate between. Tinted moisturizer. So I used to be a big fan of mineral foundation, but it's very difficult as we have more fine lines and wrinkles for mineral foundation to not settle in those. So that was when I switched over to tinted foundation, tinted moisturizer. My two favorites, again, Typology. This is their tinted serum. Again, it has vitamin C, it has aloe vera. Mine is type 2 light. That's the color that mine is. I typically wear this year round. And then, like I said, I do this in my hand and then I put one drop of the Glow Drops, whichever I'm using at the time. So this color tends to work for me year round. So if I'm not going to be directly out in the sun, this is the one that I use. If I'm going to be in the sun, so we're going to be at a horse show tomorrow, this Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I have used this for years and I love this stuff. It's tinted, hydrating gel cream. It has SPF 30. So this is my go-to. Mine is vanilla number 2. So if your skin tone is similar to mine, but they have all sorts of different colors of this one. This I have shared before. This Merit, this color is Beverly Hills and it is their Flush Balm. This stuff is amazing. I love it. So it goes on really smooth, really easy. It has It does not have like a shimmer, but it does have more of a glow. It's a little more like a dewy finish than a matte finish, but I love this. It literally takes me 2 seconds to put it on there, and then I use a little sponge to sort of even it out. Sometimes I'll take the leftover of the sponge and do a little bit on my forehead where I would have gotten some natural sun. I am obsessed with this, one of my favorite makeup products. So if you are looking for something, love that. The other things that I really like along that same line are the OG, I don't know what these are. Like they're like some kind of sticks. Face stick. That's what it is. It's a face stick. So the one that I love the most is their copper. And this you can use for, it looks pretty dark. It blends in really well. So you can use this for contouring. You can use it for creating like a bronzer. I don't use a powder bronzer. I use this. What I do with it is I rub it along both of my cheekbones and then blend that in. And then I do just a little bit at my hairline and blend that in. So it just gives a nice kind of lifted and sun-kissed glow. And then they have this, this one is Opal, that you can use as a highlighter. So I will typically just do like maybe a little on the end of my nose, maybe a little, sometimes around my eyes, sometimes not. I'm not a big highlighter person, but I know a lot of people do love them and use them, and this is the one that I like. Also, all of this, they may not be 100% clean, but these are pretty clean skincare brands, or I would not be using them. Okay. I forgot to grab this for you, and I was so excited to share it, but I forgot to grab it. I also forgot to use it today. But one thing for the midlife ladies that I am loving is the Trini London Miracle Blur. This is something that I have heard from a couple of my friends that swear by it, and what this is it's a little tiny tub. You get just a tiny little bit of the product, and if you have somewhere where you have lines and wrinkles that you want to sort of fill in, it's basically kind of like putty for the wall, but it's for your face. But it's not heavy, it's not thick. So I have, it's going to be hard to see from here. I shouldn't be pointing it out to you, but I have a line on this side of my lip that is deeper than the other side that sometimes bugs me a little bit. And so I will just dab a little bit of that Trini London Miracle Blur right into that. And it just blends in. It's just one color. You don't need like a, color match for it, but it's great stuff. And I forgot to grab it and show you. Last thing that I want to share is one thing that most women typically find in midlife is that skin is drier than it was when we were younger. So even if you had oily, I did not have dry skin. I know a lot of people, if you had dry skin when you were younger, it can definitely be more of an issue. But I had more like combination oily skin when I was younger, and I never really struggled with dry skin. And I definitely find that my skin is more dry now. So a couple of things that I am loving is body oil, which ladies is so nice, especially during short season like this time of year, to get a really good body oil. You want one that like rubs in and really moisturizes and doesn't, leave like a super long time oily on you that you're gonna, make marks on chairs and things like that. These are the ones that I'm loving. This one is the Osea. They have a scented one. I didn't buy it because I was afraid of not liking it, but I did get their body butter, which is also amazing. And the scent is really light and beautiful. So once I use this up, I will probably get their scented one. Again, good clean brands. But this one is fragrance free. So this one I love. And then I just got this in the mail. I've used this brand before, but this is by far my favorite scent that I have tried from them. This is Carter and Jane. This is their everything oil. It has a little pump on the top. And this scent is, okay, well, I don't see it, Sun Goddess. It smells like straight up summer vacation. It is so good. I also got the body wash that is in my shower. So those are two that I'm loving. That just give a really good sheen, really good moisture. And yes, you do, it gives you that oily, beautiful summer shaved leg look. And so it is a little bit oily, but I don't find that compared to other things, especially when I used to kind of make my own DIY, you don't walk around as oily as that. Okay. So I also mentioned what we put in our bodies has a huge impact on our skin, staying hydrated, eating to nourish our bodies, right? All of that impacts our skin. Everything that we put in it comes out on our skin. So let's move on to talking about fashion. We want to look good. We want to feel good, right? So my first tip is to experiment. Figure out, as someone who has worked from home for 18 years, I will tell you that I very quickly learned that how I got up and got dressed for my day every day had a big impact on how I felt throughout the day. If I was in jammers and leggings all day long, that's sort of how I felt like I was showing up to my life. So I do get up and get ready and get dressed because I want to feel like I am ready for whatever adventure life has for me today, right? It sends signals to our brain about our intentions for the day and about how we feel about ourselves, right? So experiment with what you like, what you don't like. Experiment with colors. Wear something fun just because. Just because it's Tuesday, or just because you feel amazing in it, or just because you just got that new dress and you want to wear it, or just because it's summer or it's a gorgeous color, right? Wear something fun just because. I also love accessories. They make a huge difference. They can take I wear a lot of times a white t-shirt, a black tank, something like that. But what we do to accessorize makes a huge difference in how that looks, right? So I'm going to show you some of my favorites. But again, I love to have a mix of classic, go-to, will always be beautiful and in style pieces, and some less expensive, fun, trendy, things like that. I also love my glasses as an accessory, although I am jealous of you guys who can go buy readers at the store. Most of mine are progressive or bifocal readers, because it gets expensive to use your glasses like an accessory when you have to actually go to the optometrist to get them. So let's talk about some jewelry favorites right now. Okay. I love to layer. I love to layer necklaces. I love to layer bracelets. I love to layer earrings. But gold bangles, always a great go-to, right? And then I like to mix in some kind of chain link. But these are something I can swim in. I don't have to take off. They look good with anything, easy to dress up, dress down. So those are things that I wear all the time. This one, I will share a link. This is from a company called COS. This is a really beautiful statement piece to have. Pretend I did not have that on, but really pretty. This will make a difference if this is the only piece of jewelry that you are wearing with an outfit. Earrings, I love earrings. Having some really great staple hoops, I think, are a must. These are from Uncommon James. Just a perfect size, perfect weight hoop. This would be cute dressed up. This would be cute in a swimsuit, right? These are from Kendra Scott. I love having a big statement hoop. Also, so fun. And then I'm a big fan, especially in the summer, of big white earrings. It just brings like an extra summer vibe to it. So both of these, I know these are from Uncommon James. They're very lightweight. I believe these are as well. I could be wrong, but these are really pretty hoops with a little bit of white and gold. And then these are from Uncommon James. You have seen me wearing these a million billion times. I am obsessed with them. So having some staple pieces, having some fun pieces. I love to layer necklaces. So when I'm looking for necklaces, I will look for pieces. If I'm buying something new, I will look for pieces that I know I can layer with everything, or that are going to be like that one fun thing that I can wear with my basic staples for layering. So these, I know I have linked a lot of places. Uncommon James, obviously a theme in jewelry that I like, right? This is one of my other go-tos. If I need a longer piece, this is an angel wing pendant from Uncommon James. So I didn't feel like my neckline was low enough today, but if I need another one, I will wear that. These I get, oh gosh, you guys, I can't remember where they're from. Air and Anchor, that's the name of the company. These I get comments on all the time. This opens up really easily. These are from Air and Anchor. Again, I can wear these in the water, in the shower, all the time. The charms I have added individually over time. So it's really cute without charms, just with that toggle closure too. And then I typically will layer it with another one. So again, these are really great timeless pieces, and they're thick and chunky enough that they make a statement, just those pieces on their own. Trendiness that I am loving right now is the colored beaded necklaces. So fun. They come in all different color combinations. My favorites are the sort of rainbow. So this one has an initial. This one is from Amazon. Very cute. This one I wear all the time. I actually tried, this one is from Anthropologie, so a little higher price point than the Amazon necklace, but I actually ordered one from Amazon and it immediately broke. So I ended up ordering the Anthropologie. I love this. I wear this all the time, and it's such a fun way to bring some color, especially if I'm just wearing like a white t-shirt and I want to brighten that up a little bit, not be quite so boring. I will love to throw on one of those. So cute for summer too. So those are just some favorites. So I have a monthly highlight on my Instagram at The Blooming Carrot, as I am sharing jewelry, makeup, definitely clothes, whether again, I have invested in a piece that's going to last me a long time, or I have grabbed something super cute at Target. I save those every month in a monthly highlight on my Instagram. So that's always a fun place to go check out. I will share what I'm wearing, what I love, what I have grabbed recently with links to it. And then you can also follow me on Like to Know It, the LTK app, if you are not on Like to Know It. My absolute favorite place to find clothing that I want for me is Instagram and Like to Know It, because I want to see people try on the actual clothes. I want to see how they look on people, how they're styling them, and then it's like easy button to just grab it, right? So I'm also on Like to Know It at The Blooming Carrot. Okay, last thing that we're going to talk about today is our spaces. The spaces we live in literally shape how we feel, how we think, how we move through our day, right? When we create home environments with intention, whether it's cozy or calming or vibrant or inspiring, whatever the goal is, we're not just decorating, we are determining how we want to feel in our everyday life. Think about how much time we spend in these spaces, right? I used to feel like it was frivolous or unimportant to, those of you guys that have been here for a while will think this is funny because you know how much I love decorating and how much I love a beautiful space. But when I was younger, I used to feel like that was frivolous. Like, was this ridiculous of me to want to make this beautiful? No. And beautiful doesn't have to equal expensive, right? Target is one of my favorite places for home accents. But we spend so much time in these spaces. So a peaceful bedroom can make it easier for us to get deeper rest. A clutter-free kitchen can make healthy choices feel easy. A cozy corner with soft light and our favorite chair, I have a Happy Place chair, can become the space that you journal or dream or reconnect with yourself, right? So how can you infuse a little bit of beauty into each day? How can you create moments that you can savor and love and that feel life-giving to you? So here are some tips that I love. Start with your intention for the space. Do you want it to be calm, or do you want it to be moody, or do you want it to be vibrant and energetic and bright, right? And then think about appealing to all of your senses when you are thinking about what you want to do in a space. I love to swap some easy things out. So right now, as I'm recording this, we're heading into summer. And so I love to have textures, which are one of my favorite things for creating spaces. I love to have textures in the summer that are light, coastal colors that are calming and neutral, like light blues and tans. And then for the winter, I like to have things that are more like big, chunky knits, darker colors that feel more of like a warm and cozy feeling, right? I love having music on in the house. So if you have like one of the Google things or the Amazon Echo, you can play music over those. We had the Sonos installed that plays throughout the house. I had no idea how much playing music throughout the house all day would lift my spirits. I love it so much. It was broken for a little bit and I was like, this is so sad. What do I do without my music? So playing the music, putting on the soundtrack to the background of your life that helps you feel whatever the feeling is that you want to create. Smell. I am obsessed with our diffusers. I have them in every room. I love filling them up with whatever I want to create for that day. Something bright, something floral, something fresh, something energizing, right? And it's almost this therapeutic routine for me to go through the house and fill the diffusers and get them ready. And having that just wafting through the house, that beautiful scent, is something that lifts my spirits and just adds to the overall ambiance in the space. And then our sight, right? Well, let me go back to textures and touch because I missed a little bit there. But I love to have different throw blankets, different pillows. Like I said, pillows, throw blankets, so easy to swap out for the season. So I like to keep kind of my basics, my big pillows on the end. Those will stay out all year, and then swap in some pillows that feel more seasonal. Same thing with throw blankets. You know, a nice, like, thick, furry throw blanket feels great in the winter, but during the summer, I want something that's thin and light. Baskets. I love baskets. Baskets are something that I will grab an inexpensive one at Target and use it to add texture, maybe put a plant in it, store some pillows in it, or if there's a really great one at Pottery Barn or Serena and Lily, and I know I'm going to have that basket for years as a piece, I will invest in that too. Okay, sight. Glowy lights, colors that make you feel energized or relaxed or cozy, right? Hold on. My computer just started going crazy so that it took all my notes away. We're just going to move this up there. There we go. Bringing the outside in, one of my favorite things. So I grabbed these peonies at Trader Joe's over a week and a half ago, and they are still going strong. And they make me, I had some hydrangeas with them. They didn't last as long. That's okay. So getting the fresh flowers and having fresh cut flowers doesn't have to be expensive, right? It doesn't mean you have to be going to the florist and picking out flowers. I don't know what happened to the rest of my notes. Apparently I just put a big old space in between them. House plants. I did not used to be a houseplant person, and you will find live houseplants literally all over my house. They are such a beautiful way to bring nature inside, to add color, health benefits of detoxifying the air. So I have a whole blog post on my website, thebloomingcarrot.com, on the benefits of houseplants. So that's a great place to go for some resources. And then tidy versus chaotic. A tip to help feel good in your space is to just do a little bit of tidying up before you go to bed at night, because that way when you come out in the morning and the counter has been decluttered and wiped down and the pillows have been put back on the couch where they go, you start your day coming out to something that feels calm and relaxing and doesn't feel chaotic, right? So it can help you wake up feeling ready to take on the day. So do something every day that is intentional, that makes you feel great and beautiful and connected. Do something every day that brings you back to life. It is not frivolous. It matters, and it influences how you spend the very important moments, the precious moments of this one life that we have here, right? So join me back here next week. We will wrap up our 4-week Midlife Glow series. Replays will be here on Instagram, also on YouTube. And please share this video with someone in your life. Share this series with someone who is ready to embrace this next stage of life as their best yet. That's it. Love you. Mean it. See you soon.